Hello students, in this video I want to discuss about coordination compound. In inorganic chemistry we study coordination compound, which is a special kind of compounds. Let us find an example, very well known one, potassium ferrocyanide. This compound is called coordination compound. Now why it is called coordination compound? The answer is, in this compound, a part is there where a central metal ion being associated with some ions, those are forming coordinate bonds with the central metal ion. So the speciality of this kind of compound is the coordination bond or coordinate bond. These are called also dative bonds. So therefore, these compounds are called, this type of compounds are called coordination compound, and it has got another name which is called complex compound. Coordination compounds are also called complex compounds. Now the question again, why it is called complex compound? Suppose potassium ferrocyanide, when given in aqueous solution, it forms complex ion. Means this associated form of an ion where a metal ion being associated with some negative ions, anions, to form a complex ion. This kind of complex ion is formed by this compound, hence it can be termed as complex ion. Now then question comes, what is simple compound then? So simple compound are those can form simple ions in aqueous solution on dissociation. They cannot form complex ion of this type, like potassium cyanide, which is a constituent of potassium ferrocyanide, and potassium iron cyanide, ferrocyanide. They, when given in aqueous solution, they gets dissociated into simple ions. But when KCN and FeCN hold to, they together given in aqueous solution in a particular proportion, particular ratio, it can form this kind of complex ion. Then it will be termed as a complex compound, as because in solution it can form a complex compound. But in individual KCN compound, potassium cyanide, potassium iron cyanide, ferrocyanide, they can form simple ions. So compounds those can form simple ions in aqueous solution are called simple compounds. Now the thing is that Alfred Werner first proposed the possibilities of formation of this kind of compounds from his experiments. Like he has taken certain compounds like this, cobalt chloride. All are cobalt chloride, but it is ammoniated. Here 6 molecules of ammonia molecule being associated with cobalt chloride. This salt, when given in aqueous solution, when given in aqueous treated with excess silver nitrate solution, aqueous silver nitrate solution, it gives 3 moles of AgCl as precipitate. When 1 mole of cobalt chloride 5NH3, this compound is given in treated with silver nitrate solution, it forms 2 moles of AgCl. Now you find that there are 3 Cl atoms, but here 3 moles, but here 2 moles of AgCl are formed. But when this compound, it is containing 4 moles of NH3 in 1 mole of this cobalt chloride, which is containing 3 Cl atom. Also, when treated with excess silver nitrate, it is forming only 1 mole of AgCl precipitation. Now all these compounds are having 3 Cl atoms, but the number of AgCl, moles of AgCl forms are different. Why it is so? Now this was answered by Alfred Werner, who proposed 2 types of valencies, primary valency and secondary valency. Rather, it is called valence. In dictionary word, it is called valence. We readily say this thing as valency. Now the thing is that from his experiment, he explained that this compound can be, it can have this kind of formation where there is a coordination sphere where the metal ion is being associated with ammonia and 3 Cl atoms are there outside this coordination sphere, and these Cl atoms can form Cl ion, chloride ions in aqueous solution. So these 3 Cl are formed, these 3 Cl ions when treated with silver nitrate, forming 3 moles of AgCl. Now here you find that 1 Cl atom is being included in this coordination sphere along with 5 NH3 molecule. Now this Cl atom cannot form free Cl ions in aqueous solution. Therefore, these 2 Cl atoms forming Cl chloride ions in aqueous solution. Therefore, with silver nitrate it is forming, this salt is forming only 2 mole of AgCl, and in the last one you find that only 1 Cl atom is there outside the coordination sphere, and this Cl atom can form free Cl minus ion, and hence this molecule can form only 1 mole of AgCl when treated with aqueous silver nitrate solution. That means when he proposed primary and secondary valence, that means in this compound you can find that there are 2 types of valency or rather valence, primary valence and secondary valence. Find that primary valence is the ionic valence of the metal ion present in the complex compound, coordination compound, which is satisfied by the negative ions. Here you find that these molecules of NH3 cannot neutralize the positive charge of cobalt. It is neutralized by the Cl ions, chloride ions. Hence, the 3 Cl ions are balancing the 3 positive charge of cobalt. Therefore, the primary valency is 3. And in this compound, there is another kind of valency which is called secondary valency or secondary valence. What is that? The non-ionizable valence, which is satisfied by negative ions or neutral molecule, negative ion or neutral molecule, which is called secondary valency, and it is also termed as, this secondary valence is also termed as coordination number. It is because the central metal ion is forming coordination bond with these molecules. So that's why it is called secondary valence. Means in this compound 6 NH3 molecules are making bond, coordinate bond with central metal ion cobalt. Therefore, the coordination number is called the number of coordinate bonds formed by the central metal ion with the ions or this kind of molecules. Now, so here the coordination number, secondary valency or coordination number is 6. So in this molecule you find another complex compound. It is K3Cr(C2O4)3. This is oxalate ion. Now in this compound, what is the primary valency? You find that C2O4, it is having valency 2 minus, so 6 minus all total, which is balanced by the 3 positive charge of the 3 potassium ions. Total potassium, each one is plus 1, total 3 plus. So remaining 3 negative ions is balanced by chromium. So the chromium is having primary valency 3, ionizable valency 3. And what is the coordination number for this chromium? That means what is the secondary valence of this metal ion? Usually students say it is 3 because there are 3, this oxalate ion is there. But here we need to notice that this oxalate ion, I have written this form oxalate ion, which can form 2 bonds, 2 coordinate bonds with the metal ion. Therefore, the 3 C2O4 2 minus ions, oxalate ions, can form altogether 6 bonds, 6 coordinate bonds. Hence, the central metal has coordination number 6. So in this way, we will find that in the complex compound there are 2 valence possible. One is primary valence, that is the ionizable valence, and ionic valence and non-ionic valence, that is the number of coordinate bond formed by the metal ion with the group of compound, with the molecule or ion. Now here you find a question that what is the difference between double salt and complex salt? I have written an example of more salt. It is ferrous sulfate, ammonium sulfate, 6H2O. This is called ferrous ammonium sulfate. Now, when this ferrous ammonium sulfate is given in aqueous solution, it can form free Fe2 plus ion, sulfate ion, ammonium ion. That means it is association of two salts and it forms simple ions in aqueous solution. Therefore, it is termed as double salt. It cannot form complex ions in aqueous solution. But you find that KCN, 4KCN dot FeCN whole 2. This is looking like a double salt, but it is termed as a complex salt because when it is given in aqueous solution, it forms this ferrocyanide ion as the complex ion along with potassium ion. Hence, this compound, since can form complex ion in aqueous solution, hence it is termed as double salt. Complex salt. So, complex salt can form complex ion in aqueous solution and double salt can form simple ions in aqueous solution. They cannot form complex ions in aqueous solution. So, in the next videos, we will find some important points. So, this is the just introduction of this chapter. So, students, follow the next videos also. Thank you.